This is ABC 7 News at noon. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for joining us today. Our top story, a month after Hurricane Irma now, Sarasota County will review how it handled the storm before, during, and after it came through the state. The report, called After Action Report, was discussed at a county meeting this week. The county was approached by the Gulf Coast Community Foundation and the Barancik Foundation about providing the study. It would highlight things like emergency response, shelter services, electric grids, and storm cleanup. If commissioners agree to move forward with the study, it would take about 90 days to complete. Meanwhile, cleanup efforts from Hurricane Irma continue across the state. A month later, more than $847 million in state and federal disaster assistance funding has been approved for survivors. Plastic sheeting has been placed on more than 4,500 home roofs to help prevent further damage. And more than 6 million meals have been provided by volunteers. Emergency workers, volunteers, and community organizers will continue working to rebuild Florida. And a disaster recovery center opening today for 4 days in Englewood to help storm victims there. This center will offer in-person support to home and small business owners. You'll need to bring your insurance policies and bank information. To register, you can call the FEMA hotline at 800-621-3362 or just download the FEMA app. Let's check now on our weather with meteorologist John Scalzi. John, this morning felt like a taste of what's to come. It was nice.
It is nice, right?
Oh, wow.
Dew points have actually dropped down into the 60s for a time, so that just feels wonderful.
Yeah.
And you know, you're right. It's a hint of those dew points that'll be coming around in the 50s, and I can't wait.
Bring it on.
I can't wait, exactly. Right now, temperatures are pretty pleasant outside. Van Wezel webcam shows we started the morning off with a fair amount of blue sky out there. It was a lovely evening yesterday, I have to say. We were outside walking around around the sunset time, and it was just gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful out there. And I think we'll see the same sort of thing again today, similar to yesterday. There won't be many showers around. There was an isolated shower yesterday, and I think that's pretty much what we'll see again today. Now, times will change. You'll notice a few more showers down on the southern tip of the state. I think after today, starting tomorrow, our rain chances will start to go up as a plume of moisture begins to work its way into the state. Right now, only a few fair weather clouds dotting the horizon, mostly down to the south, but further out in the Atlantic waters, you can see this plume of moisture gradually drifting closer to us. More clouds around tomorrow, more clouds around over the weekend as well. We'll talk about the weekend forecast in a few. Our daytime high today tops out about 90, and we'll see about a 10%, if that, chance of an isolated shower. Other than that, some pretty nice weather coming your way today. Enjoy it. We'll talk about the forecast coming up in a few. Scott?
All right, John, thank you. The last of 3 defendants slated for trial in a Bradenton couple's murder will not face the death penalty if convicted. Jimmy McNear is charged in the murder of Cantrell Brooks and Esther Denuse in July of 2015. The couple's 5 children were inside the home at the time of those murders. Last month, Trey Nonombre was convicted of murder and Therese Jones took a plea deal. McNear's trial is set to begin on November 1st. The investigation into the dragging death of a shark that was posted on social media is nearing a conclusion. Florida Fish and Wildlife officials say they are working to come to a swift end to the case. It gained national attention after a video of the group of Suncoast men dragging that shark on the back of their boat blew up on social media. Investigators are still compiling evidence and will be handling the case over to the state attorney's office soon. A representative with the state attorney's office telling ABC 7 once the case has been submitted, they will decide if charges will be filed. A plan to expand the Bradenton Riverwalk got a financial boost this week. The John S. and James L. Knight Foundation donating $100,000 to the cause through the Manatee Community Foundation. The grant was given to Realize Bradenton, this group spearheading the expansion. Realize Bradenton will work with Sarasota-based design firm Kimley Horn, which designed the original River Walk. Parking on Siesta Key has become an ongoing issue for both tourists and year-round residents. Sarasota County commissioners discussed some of the ways this problem could be handled during a workshop. ABC 7's Rick Adams has more.
Well, parking on Siesta Key, especially here at Siesta Beach, can be a headache, especially during the season. Right now, Sarasota County commissioners are looking at some possible solutions. At times, finding a parking spot on Siesta Key can be next to impossible year-round and definitely during the busy season.
everybody wants to go to the #1 beach in the nation and experience it, and there's, it brings with it cars and traffic and congestion, and we're trying to find solutions to that.
Some of the solutions from a comprehensive study that Carolyn Brown presented to Sarasota County Commissioners on Wednesday include paid parking, park and ride, a ferry service, bike sharing, and regular bus routes. Vice Chair Nancy Dietert says the park and ride is one solution that could work, but she isn't completely sold on paying for parking.
I don't live on the Key, so I'm not a big fan of charging for parking. The surprising news is that people who do live on the Key want us to charge for parking.
For Jamie Luthold and her husband William, they visit Siesta Key a few times a year. She says that parking is a little challenging during the season and sometimes even off-season, but she tells us it just takes a little riding around to find a spot. They're both not fans of paid parking.
I think paid parking would take away from just the convenience and the fact it would be a little bit more stressful. A park and ride might not be all that bad if it was maybe at no cost.
And Sarasota County Commissioners tell us they will continue to talk about this parking issue and explore some of the solutions. Reporting from Siesta Key, I'm Rick Adams, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Rick, thank you. The United Way hosting its annual Day of Caring today. Nearly 2,000 volunteers coming together this morning to take on a variety of service projects across the area. This event hopes to help service agencies that might not have the manpower or the resources available to do the work. Among the tasks to be completed today, building computer network systems, painting, even some gardening. Organizers say the value of today's donated work is estimated to be around $250,000. What a great effort. All right, time now to head over to the kitchen and say hello to JR, who's with JR's Old Packing House Cafe in Sarasota, a great friend of ours here on ABC 7. Great to have you back, JR. What are you fixing for us today?
Today we're chicken fricassee, which is we're using boneless, skinless thighs, or you can use skin on. I prefer skin on when I'm cooking for home. It has peppers, onions, turmeric, cumin, cilantro, so it's just a very good dish. Also can be made in a crock pot, so has quite the variety of stuff in it.
All right, we'll be back with you shortly. Thank you so much, JR.
For the last 18 years, Samantha's Friends has been assisting people along the Suncoast who have been challenged by catastrophic illnesses or affected by autism obtain a service canine. We need your help. Please show your support by attending our annual Celebrity Gala brunch and fundraiser. Call Sammy Lee at 941-448-8558 for more information.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Yeah, you gotta love that number right there. Dew point value 68. Oh, that feels so good. When the dew points are in the 60s, you know, it feels so much better than when they're in the upper 70s, which is what we started the week off with. And so some of the drier air has filtered in from aloft down to the surface through frictional forces. Plus, we have this northerly component to the wind, which has been kind of consistent throughout the last 48 hours or so. But now, even this morning, it was almost due north, which has really done a nice thing for us in drawing down that drier air near the surface as well. So 84-degree air temperature, and it feels very comfortable, even though air temperatures will today probably get up to near the 90-degree mark, which is where we've been over the last several days. With that lower dew point, the feels-like temperature will be so much more pleasant. A lot of sunshine around, northeast wind kind of breezy. In fact, it may even become brisk as we head into the afternoon and get a little bit of a surge of winds out of the east or northeast. 83 degrees, Wauchula 84, Arcadia, Mayaca's at 84, Parrish at 83, 84 degrees in Bradenton, Sarasota, Venice, 83 degrees in Boca Grande, Northport coming in at 85, and Punta Gorda comes in at 84 as well. So across the peninsula right now, you can kind of see some differences beginning to happen here, right? Down into the south and back toward the east, we have a lot more activity than we saw yesterday. A lot more showers going on. And that will eventually translate into better rain chances for us as well. Right now, high pressure kind of remains firmly in control of the weather from about west central Florida on up through north central Florida and then through parts of the deep south as well. That area of high pressure will continue to rain across our region. Currently, not a lot of rain falling anywhere nearby us. You really do have to go south to find showers. Now, across the rest of the country, this big ridge of high pressure is kind of eliminating showers in most locations. Some cooler air has sunk south, more stable air across parts of the plains, the deep south, and the mid-Atlantic as well. With a departing area of low pressure off to the north and to the east, we are under the influence of that high pressure ridge. Now, the front is really not going to make it to us. This is not the one that really lowers our temperatures dramatically in October. It's the one that fizzles out to the north of us. The first little blast of cooler air for Tallahassee, though, so even though the front is kind of fizzling out, they do get a taste of cooler air. For us, an area of low pressure and that plume of moisture kind of rides through the straits over the course of the next several days and starts to up our rainfall chances. So by Saturday, I think we start to see a lot more activity through north central Florida, including our region. And of course, with the extra cloud cover, with the cooling rains, comes some slightly cooler temperatures as well. Of course, the humidity will go up. Nighttime lows will go up as well, just a little bit, because of the increase in humidity that we will see this weekend. But for today, lower humidity, low rain chance, sunny skies. Pretty nice day, actually, except the temperatures will run a little above average. Way out in the Atlantic, we still have Ophelia. Ophelia, even though it won't impact us in any way, may actually go down in record books. Here's why. 90-mile-an-hour winds right now. Significant strengthening. A Category 1 storm soon, perhaps to become a Category 2 storm, certainly maintaining Category 1 status for a while. And it may actually skirt areas of Ireland as possibly a low-end hurricane or a tropical storm. Only twice in history we've had a hurricane make landfall in Great Britain, so we'll see what happens. We are looking at a northeast wind coming in at about 10 to 15 today, surging tonight to about 15, and the forecast for the next several days keeps it warm, keeps it fairly dry, and then as we head into the weekend, our rain shower chances spike for those afternoon showers. Back to you, Scott.
All right, John, thank you. And HealthSmart, a growing nonprofit in Maine, is using a non-traditional therapy to treat patients of all ages. Morgan Sturdivant shows us how hippotherapy is just as heartwarming as it is helpful.
I can't wait till Wednesday. There's just some type of magic that you can't get from anything else than horses.
There's no telling how far back the bond between humans and horses goes. For Aunt Allie, it goes back to her childhood.
I've had horses for 20 odd years now.
She says having horses helped build her confidence through the years.
I was kind of a shy kid.
Now she's helping others through hippotherapy, a technique that uses the movement of horses to help others with physical, occupational, or speech therapies.
Who would have thought that, you know, a horse and just the natural thing that a horse does could be so beneficial to the human?
Wonderful. She's partnered with Heather Anderson, a physical therapist, to form Whispering Pines Equine Alliance. Anderson says the motions used can be more beneficial than anything she can do at her practice.
It's amazing to see the entire process happen.
They're expanding to open a year-round arena to help kids like Noah.
Noah was diagnosed at 4 with Duchenne muscular dystrophy.
His mom says there is no cure and no treatment.
It's kind of heartbreaking, but he's changed a lot, you know, with being around the horses, being around the people.
And Zoe.
I think it has really helped.
She has a muscular condition that makes her prone to falling and says hippotherapy helps with every step.
I think it's helped my motor skills and made me stay more balanced.
Some days those steps are so hard for her.
Last week she had a fall that ended up sending us to the emergency room.
But those days get overshadowed by days like this one.
Oh my God, she's doing it. Once they get to working with the horses, the transformation that happens with them, it's really amazing to watch. This can really change your life.
And you can find those hippotherapy programs right here on the Suncoast as well. Well, it could be even harder to sign up for Obamacare this fall. More than 8 in 10 groups that help enroll people for Obamacare say they're getting less federal funding from the Trump administration. That's according to a new report from the Kaiser Family Foundation, which is a nonpartisan research organization. The Trump administration announced in late August it would reduce funding by 41%. And coming up later in this newscast, President Trump signs an executive order designed to begin dismantling of Obamacare. Let's get over to John now, who has a special guest in the studio today. John?
I've been having such a good time here talking to Jim. Thanks for coming in today, sir.
My pleasure.
West Coast Black Theater Troupe is producing their first show of the season. It's In the Heights, Lin-Manuel Miranda's beautiful show, and he's the director, Mr. Jim Weaver. So thanks for coming in today. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me in.
It's gotta be wonderful diving into a show by Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Oh, amazing.
Got it right, didn't I?
Amazing. Yeah.
It's so. I've heard people describe him as sort of our generation's Shakespeare.
In a lot of ways, musically, lyrically, with his mastery of the word, I would say yes.
Such texture and depth in his shows.
Yeah.
Tell us a little about In the Heights for those who don't know the show.
Well, it's about a group of family and friends in the Washington Heights area of Manhattan. And it's taking place in the summer during the 4th of July holidays, but it's also about the revitalization, if you will, or the regentrification of the neighborhood. Rents are going up, expenses are going up. There's this dilemma about whether to stay there or move on to other areas that are more economically feasible.
Yeah, people I think who have never really lived in a big city that's undergone gentrification don't really understand what a pressure that puts on the community.
Yeah. When you have and nothing against them, but when you have the big corporations moving in with the various companies and things, and the mom and pop shops get kind of squeezed out of the mix.
And the less expensive rents go away and the condominiums come in and things like that. Makes it tough for communities, especially like such an ethnically rich community like Washington Heights, which I grew up very close to, and I understand you grew up in. Or close to.
Close to.
It just makes it so difficult, and I think that would be a great source of drama.
It is, and that's one of the things about this particular period in the piece, is that they're trying to decide to go or to stay. And it incorporates the discovery of the strength in family, in friends, in neighborhood, all those kinds of things that are going on, and how they come to some sort of resolution on how to solve their dilemma.
And the music, Lin-Manuel Miranda's music. I mean, when I saw Hamilton, I was just blown away. I have never seen this show yet. I'm going to go up and see it, though.
I haven't seen it yet either.
Oh, you haven't?
No, I'm dying to.
It opens for, Hamilton, you mean?
Well, Hamilton, yeah.
Oh, you'll love it. You'll absolutely love it. I mean, there's a lot of similarities, I think, between the Hamilton music and the music in the Heights.
Yeah, well, I would say that this was his, as far as I know, his first big hit on Broadway.
Right.
And you'll find
13? Was it 13
Tony Awards?
Tony Awards?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
For a first time
And
out.
you can find elements of it in Hamilton. Yeah. So it kind of gave him that base, that platform. And what he does, which is I think is ingenious, there are scenes in the piece, in the Heights, but he takes the scenes and incorporates the story into the words, into the rap, and there's all kinds of rhythms and stuff going on in the show. And that's what you find in Hamilton, even more so though.
Beautiful, beautiful. It's absolutely great. I can't wait to see the show. Opens when?
This Saturday.
This Saturday. You got to get tickets. They're going to go boom like that, no doubt, especially as famous as Lin-Manuel Miranda has become. Thank you, sir, for coming in. Can't wait to see it.
Thank you.
It's good to meet you.
Good to meet you, too.
Really nice guy sitting next to me over here. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Glasses and contacts. You need them to see, but they put such a strain on your life. Due to new advances in vision improvement technology, LASIK is now affordable for almost everyone, with procedures starting as low as $299 per eye, and over 1 million procedures performed by our trusted independent surgeons. LASIK surgery is a sensible, safe, and affordable solution to improve your vision. So call now to talk to a LASIK Vision Institute counselor and schedule your free evaluation.
1-800-813-0109.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
A new rainbow crosswalk in Orlando is dedicated to the victims of the Pulse nightclub massacre. DOT crews finishing the crosswalk early Wednesday right outside of Pulse, where 49 people were killed in June of 2016. Thousands of people signing a petition asking the city to approve that memorial. It's unclear what will happen to the building itself. Pulse's owner has been collecting suggestions online. Well, monkey farming has become a lucrative industry near Naples. Yeah, rural Hendry County has become the monkey breeding capital of the United States, and it looks like it will keep that title after winning a lawsuit over 2 of its monkey farms. The Naples Daily News reports the initial suit in 2014 accused the county of illegally approving a monkey breeding farm on the Lee County border without warning nearby residents. A Florida Circuit judge initially ruled in favor of the county last year, and after going back and forth in appeals court, the appeals are no longer possible as of this week. About 12,000 Sears employees in Canada will soon lose their jobs. After filing for bankruptcy in June, Sears Canada is planning on closing its remaining 130 stores. A company memo told employees that not only will they lose their jobs, but their benefits will end as soon as they are fired. Sears has closed more than 200 stores in the U.S. this year, including the one at Sarasota Square Mall. An exhibit that shows the human side of war and combat is now on display at the Ringling. The exhibit is titled Aftermath: The Fallout of War, America and the Middle East. It includes photography and video art created in response to the conflicts that have erupted in the Middle East over the past 15 years. The 90 photographs and 2 videos create conversation starters about the people who have been caught up in the aftermath of war in Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria, Lebanon, and other countries.
With the Syrian refugee crisis, this was also something that brought the visibility of refugees and what's happening to people to the fore. And I felt like as a curator, I had something to say from deep within myself that I wanted to share with people.
You can check out the exhibit starting this Sunday, and it runs through January 21st. Back to the kitchen now. John is with our good friend JR from JR's Packing House Cafe.
Always a pleasure to have JR in the kitchen. JR, what are you cooking up for us today?
Today we're making chicken fricassee. We're going to start off with
chicken what?
Chicken fricassee.
Fricassee.
Yeah. You can also make this in a crock pot, by the way.
Okay. What does fricassee mean?
Oh, it's like a stew.
It's like a stew.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And you can also make it in a crock pot, so you can have a good time with that.
Good.
If you can make
so
it in a
you
crock
just
pot,
added, it looks like some dark meat chicken to some oil there. Is that right?
Yeah, bone-in chicken with the skin side down, so we're going to get that real crispy.
Okay, and it looks like you added some garlic as well.
Imagine that, yes, quite a bit of garlic. And
oh, it smells so good.
Next, we're going to add some peppers. You can use red, green, yellow, whatever your little heart desires. I prefer the red and the yellow. There's a lot of benefits to it health-wise versus the green, particularly the bright red helps with the heart stuff.
Certainly does add color, too.
Certainly adds color and flavor.
Look.
A little bit of onion.
Can't go wrong with garlic, onions, and pepper.
You got a little chicken base here.
And this is just like a chicken stock kind of stuff?
Yes. Okay. Then we're going to throw in a bay leaf, some cumin. Gives it that Spanish flavor thing.
A little depth of flavor there.
Yeah.
Cumin.
And then turmeric. And you see that in powder form, you see it in curries, you see it in all kinds of dishes. However, it does look like this.
I have never actually seen
very similar to ginger.
Like ginger. It looks like ginger. Here's another piece here that you can see.
I got the Detweiler's this morning.
Okay, just picked it up.
Oh.
And it does. It looks a lot like ginger, except it's very red in color. It's similar to what the powder looks like, I guess, after you open it up. What's it look like once? Oh, look at that.
Look at
It's
that.
a bright red inside.
It's actually very good for anti-inflammatory. So rather than buying the stuff at the store, you can buy that and make your own anti-inflammatory.
Make a tea with it or something.
Tea or a, yes. Or you can cook with it. I prefer cooking with it. It doesn't really taste that good, so. And not something that, yes. Anyhow, you can also make this in a crock pot. Now, if you're going to use a crock pot, boneless and skinless and as much fat because you're going to get a lot of grease on it in the crock pot. But it's a very, my sister loves making this dish at home. And she sticks it in the morning in the crock pot, has a nice day. And the kids come home. And then we add, as the magic cooking, we turn them over. And then we add our tomato product. And
what kind of tomato are you adding there? Just like a paste? Or?
Tomato paste and tomato sauce.
All right.
Just to make it that, get back on there. And we're going to add the most expensive, no. Add a little bit of juice or chicken stock, a little water, and then most people want to call it dry white wine. Actually, Cuban people like using vino seco, which is a very inexpensive cooking type thing. And then just let it soak in there. It'll simmer for a good 30 minutes after you turned it over. Let it simmer for a good 30 minutes or longer if you like.
So use a dry white, don't use a sweet.
No, and don't be using expensive either. It's not a...
Not required.
Not required.
Okay.
And it's not going to change anything. So.
Okay.
And then you just add potatoes in there. You just let them cook till, you just let that cook.
Are these going to be like a thickening agent for the
thickening agent? I was talking to my aunt this morning. I'm like, when we were kids, it was a lot thicker. Were they using cornstarch or flour? She says, no. I'm like, And then she wouldn't embellish. I'm like, what'd you guys used to do? She says, well, they invented this stuff called instant mashed potatoes.
Oh, no kidding.
And they would add instant mashed potatoes to it. I'm like, that's cheating.
How about that?
How about that? Because I was wondering, when I was a kid, I would have this dish. Growing up, they'd make it 20, okay, it was one of the cheap, you know, boneless, skinless thighs and whatever. And I'm like, but it was always so thick and like more gooey and stuff, you know?
Well, there you go. There's the secret. Okay, you have some olives there you garnish with, right?
Yeah.
And we wanted to show everybody the final product, which is right up here. This is how it looks after you've got it all said and done and plated up. And I want to remind everyone that the recipe's on our website, mysuncoast.com. Go on there, click on the dining link page, and all the information will be available to you. JR, it smells fantastic. I'm sure it tastes even better. I want to thank you for coming in today. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
The Old Packing House. Go check it out. We'll be right back.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Chris Domine is a husband, father, an athlete, even an Ironman. But 10 years ago, Chris's kidneys were failing.
The doctor said if you don't do dialysis, if you don't get a kidney transplant, you are going to die.
Then Chris received a second chance, made possible by an organ donor.
Your well-being changes from loss of hope to better times ahead.
Imagine what you could make possible. Learn more and sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Live from our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is ABC 7 News at noon. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. The latest now on those devastating and deadly wildfires in California. 22 fires are still burning across the state, and at least 23 people are now confirmed dead. Hundreds remain missing. At least 3,500 structures have been damaged or destroyed. ABC's Elizabeth Hers in Santa Rosa, California, with the latest.
The disaster in California now being called the worst case scenario.
These fires are just literally burning faster than firefighters can run.
The deadly inferno tearing across California wine country for the fourth day in a row, scorching nearly 200,000 acres and forcing town after town to evacuate. Police in Calistoga going from door to door ordering all 5 100,000 residents to get out.
Everybody says it's the wind that's going to come our way, and we, might end up losing the house.
In Santa Rosa, the fire sweeping across town so fast, this video showing what some residents were up against trying to get to safety.
I built 30 years of my business, and I'm not letting a fire take it.
Overnight, ash raining down on thousands of firefighters from 5 states, now on the ground, battling the flames around the clock, with the governor declaring a state of emergency for Napa, Sonoma, and Yuba counties in Northern California. And where we are, as you can see, the devastation is just about everywhere you look, with homes and cars just burned to the ground. And with more wind and dry air in the forecast today, authorities say the danger here isn't over yet. Elizabeth Herr, ABC News, Santa Rosa, California.
Well, John, those are just such hard images to look at. So many people, I know you've spent time in Napa Valley area. It's a beautiful part of our country. And,
gorgeous little town of Healdsburg has flames lapping over those beautiful houses on the hills surrounding that gorgeous little village town. And Calistoga, the town completely evacuated now in wine country. It's just awful to see, and so many things coming together to make sort of the perfect storm for a fire. And quite honestly, it probably will not be the last one that they see as things progress and the atmosphere warms. We are looking here locally at some fairly pleasant conditions, I think. Lower relative humidity, making it feel pretty comfortable outside. The Van Wezel webcam put into motion shows the beauty of a blue sky, a very blue sky. And you can also notice a little wave action going on out there as well. We've had slightly higher wind speeds today, and I think as we head into the afternoon, higher still. More humidity in the southern tip of the state, leading to a few more showers around this morning. We've had a pop or two of lightning as well just off the coastline. A thunderstorm or two certainly possible in the southern tip of the state. I don't think we'll have a whole lot around here. A few scattered showers. Really, that's probably about it for us, though tomorrow those rain chances will start to go up as lots of moisture begins to move closer to the state. Our daytime high today, warm once again, coming up near 90. We'll have the complete forecast for you coming up in a few. Scott.
John, thank you. Fewer people sought unemployment benefits last week as the impact of last month's hurricanes on the U.S. economy begins to fade. The Labor Department reporting weekly applications for U.S. unemployment aid fell by 15,000 applications last week. Those applications fell in Texas and Florida, where Hurricanes Harvey and Irma caused heavy damage. The number of people seeking unemployment aid in Puerto Rico also fell, although that may reflect ongoing power outages and other damage there. Governor Rick Scott in Washington this week discussing post-Hurricane Irma relief efforts. Scott and the bipartisan congressional delegation discussed the need to maximize federal resources to help the state recover. The meeting was hosted by Congressman Vern Buchanan of the Suncoast and Congressman Elsie Hastings. They are both co-chairs of the 29-member Florida delegation and focused on Florida's citrus industry for much of the meeting. The state's orange crop will be its smallest in 75 years because of Irma. The president will nominate his new Secretary of Homeland Security. That seat was vacated when John Kelly became White House Chief of Staff, and now Kelly's deputy, Kirstjen Nielsen, will fill the post. ABC's chief White House correspondent John Carl has more about the nomination amid Trump's escalating war with the media as he pushes his tax plan.
In Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, Wednesday, President Trump told supporters he's happy with his life in the White House.
I had a very good life, but you know what? I'm having a better life now, and I'm helping a lot of people.
The president says his tax plan will help the middle class.
So many people have come up to me and say, give it to the middle class. Give it to people that need it. Give it to people that want to spend it.
He offered no new details on the plan, which will cut taxes for most Americans, including what will likely be a big break for some of the wealthiest Americans.
And remember, you'll do your tax on a single piece of paper. H&R Block will not like Donald Trump very much.
The president claimed his plan would mean a $4,000 windfall for the typical American family. But his top economic advisor has said he could not guarantee that no middle-class American families would pay more under the administration's plan. Meanwhile, the president is escalating his war on the news media, overnight threatening again to try to take away broadcast licenses from TV networks, tweeting, "Network news has become so partisan, distorted, and fake that licenses must be challenged and, if appropriate, revoked. Not fair to the public. This after the president seemed to question the freedom of reporters to write their stories.
And it's frankly disgusting the way the press is able to write whatever they want to write, and people should look into it.
John Carl reporting there. And just in, President Trump has signed an executive order on health care. No rules are being proposed. Instead, the White House is directing agencies to consider changing rules to allow small businesses to group together for more marketing power when negotiating a health care plan for employees. The change is expected to expand the availability of more short-term bare bones plans and then broaden non-taxable saving and reimbursement rules for employer health care expenses. We're going to have much more in the details of this order coming up in our 5 o'clock newscast. Las Vegas police are responding to a new timeline of the shooting there. The timeline claims the shooter had 6 minutes to prepare after hotel security was advised of the situation. The shooter then fired on the concert crowd for 10 minutes until he ceased fire, then had another 2 minutes until SWAT teams arrived at his room. Las Vegas Metropolitan Police claim they handled the situation as best they could.
So it may condense smaller. It may be less than 6 minutes when it's all done. But let's not get wrapped around the axle on that. I think it's important for people to understand no matter what that timeline is, the response was as quick as possible, and I don't think the response could have been any faster.
Police also say a motive has not been made clear to them, and they are now resorting to tips and leads from the FBI to try to figure that out. Well, starting next year, for the first time in its 107-year history, the Boy Scouts of America will admit girls into its Cub Scout programs. And then in 2019, it will create a new program for older girls. North of the border, Scouts Canada has been completely co-ed since 1998. In the United States, the Boy Scouts plan to keep the same name, and boys and girls will still be separated into single-gender groups for most activities, including overnight camping trips.
Our character education program is so vital and so strong. Lots of girls and lots of families have wanted to be a part of it.
Boy Scouts say membership has fallen about 40% from its peak. The Girl Scouts do not plan to admit boys, saying research has confirmed that girls are more likely to reach their full potential when learning in a girl-only space. Still to come in your Suncoast News, it may look like some type of video game, but it's actually an act of Mother Nature. We'll have this view from orbit coming up.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Let me introduce you to the ultimate Florida window. Do you feel safer with this or this? You'll be proud too.
Buy more, save more. Volume discounts on 4 or more windows.
Glasses and contacts. You need them to see, but they put such a strain on your life. Due to new advances in vision improvement technology, LASIK is now affordable for almost everyone, with procedures starting as low as $299 per eye. And over 1 million procedures performed by our trusted independent surgeons. LASIK surgery is a sensible, safe, and affordable solution to improve your vision. So call now to talk to a LASIK Vision Institute counselor and schedule your free evaluation.
1-800-813-0109.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Now your ABC7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Quiet conditions across the Suncoast right now. 84-degree air temperature, dew point 68 degrees. How nice is that, right? Haven't seen that in some time. And an east-northeast wind coming in at about 12, getting a little bit breezier this afternoon. We have 84 degrees in Wauchula, Arcadia, Mayaca's at 85, Parrish is at 84, so is Bradenton, Sarasota 84, Venice 86, Northport 86, Boca Grande cooler at 83, and Punta Gorda coming in at 84 as well. Got a few more showers in the southern tip of the state and a few thunderstorms in progress down there as well. In fact, it's one of the few places in the country today where we're likely to see thunderstorm activity in the very tip of the state, where a little bit more moisture is starting to stream in from the Atlantic. That'll eventually work its way into our area. Probably not today, though. Today, I think we stay relatively dry across the Suncoast. We may see a few showers around, similar to what we saw yesterday. Not many of them isolated at worst. And then across the nation, well, just not a lot of activity. Pacific Northwest seeing a few scattered showers. Also seeing a few showers in Pennsylvania and the coastal areas of the Mid-Atlantic. But other than that, pretty quiet. In fact, if you look at where we may see thunderstorm activity today, and just thunderstorm activity, not anything severe, it really is the southern tip of the state of Florida and a very thin, narrow corridor in the deep south, but mostly, I think, in the southern tip of the state. Other than that, everything is going to be pretty quiet. In our area, again, there's a isolated chance of seeing a thunderstorm, but I don't think we'll see much around here. Mostly down to the south and to the east as well. So we have this ridge of high pressure that's providing us with this easterly wind flow that'll continue on today, kind of bringing the moisture back across the state. A little area of low pressure and kind of a trough, elongated trough low pressure, sinking southward, moving through parts of the Florida Straits. A frontal boundary located to the north with some cool, stable air back behind it stalls out over North Florida and washes away. That trough low pressure helps to enhance our rainfall chances over the next several days. But for today, I think mostly what we'll see is this kind of breezy wind start to develop. Sunnier skies, low rain chance, and lower relative humidity. There's where the high moisture content air is located. Remember, in this graphic showing you the moisture available to produce rain showers, redder is wetter. And the dry air that's located over us, with time, over the next day or two, will start to be replaced by this more humid air coming in from Gulf waters, and that will signal better rain chances. In fact, the future cast shows, well, we don't get a whole lot around here today, but by tomorrow, I think we start to see much better chances of seeing some showers and maybe even a thunderstorm around as we head into Saturday and Sunday. I think much, much better chances of seeing those afternoon rain showers. Not a big rain out, but just better chances of rain. Winds will also be up for a couple of days, I think, a little bit elevated compared to what we have seen, coming in the 10 to 15 mile an hour range with gusts even higher than that. So for boaters, watch out for that as the winds pick up, particularly during the overnight. Forecast for the week ahead looks pretty good. A couple of warm, fairly dry days, followed by much increased rain chances and cooler temps. Scott?
John, thank you. SpaceX is successfully launching a Falcon rocket from Kennedy Space Center last night. This is the third time this private company has successfully launched a satellite into space on a previously used rocket. Wednesday's launch carried a satellite for a Luxembourg-based company. The satellite is designed to boost HD and Ultra HD channel reception for North America. After delivering its payload, the rocket returned to a SpaceX barge in the Atlantic Ocean. This reusable rocket was previously used in February to launch cargo for the International Space Station. Check out this incredible video from NASA astronaut Randy Bursnick. He posted this time-lapse showing lightning flashes from space. The flashes were spotted as the International Space Station flew over the California coast recently. Pretty cool. Entertainment news is next. We'll be right back.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. AndServices.com. AndServices.com.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Are you currently on Medicare? In other words, do you carry the red, white, and blue Medicare card? If so, are you suffering from chronic back pain? If you answered yes, you may be eligible for a pain-relieving back brace covered by Medicare at little to no cost, shipped directly to your home for free. These medical-grade back braces are ideal for lower back pain, arthritis, spinal disorders, and other chronic back problems. Will you qualify for a medical-grade back brace?
Call Back Brace America at 1-800-683-9262.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Nobody beats Subaru in service quality, vehicle quality, and overall quality. And ALG named Subaru the 2017 top brand for residual value. Now, lease the most fuel-efficient vehicle in its class, a new Subaru Outback for just $239 a month, or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee counties since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
Attention blood thinner users. If your loved one took Xarelto or Pradaxa and suffered serious internal bleeding, call right now. You may be entitled to financial compensation. The widely prescribed blood thinners Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to a number of dangerous side effects, including internal bleeding, gastrointestinal bleeding, kidney bleeding, stroke, brain hemorrhaging, and even death. If you or a loved one suffered any of these injuries after taking Xarelto or Pradaxa, call right now. You may be owed significant compensation from the manufacturer. Thousands of blood thinner users may have been exposed to serious risk by these dangerous medications. If you or a loved one took Xarelto or Pradaxa and suffered serious internal bleeding, call right now. Call Nightline Legal to speak with an experienced attorney for a free consultation. If we don't win, there is no fee. There are time deadlines to file a claim, so don't wait. Call right now.
Call 1-800-554-3987. Again, that's 1-800-554-3987.
Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC7 shows on your streaming device.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com. ANDservices.com.
Organizations near and far are speaking up about movie producer Harvey Weinstein. David Daniel has that, plus Taylor Swift and more in the Hollywood Minute.
The fallout over allegations of sexual harassment and assault against Harvey Weinstein have spread overseas. The Cannes Film Festival, where Weinstein's been a presence for decades and his films have won major prizes, issued a statement condemning what it called his serious and unacceptable practices. BAFTA, the British Film Academy, suspended his membership, calling his alleged behavior completely unacceptable and incompatible with BAFTA's values. And back home, the Motion Picture Academy described his behavior as repugnant and called an emergency meeting this Saturday to address the issue. Mark Mothersbaugh has done a lot since he co-founded the new wave group Devo, making music for TV, video games, and movies, including the upcoming Thor Ragnarok. But as he revealed at the film's premiere, he's not done with Devo. The band is putting out a coffee table book.
So it'll have two parts to it. Branded, which is all the official things everybody knows about Devo, and Unmasked, which is behind the scenes.
Hey guys, it's Taylor. I've got something pretty awesome that we've been working on for a while that I wanted to share with you.
Love Taylor Swift? There's an app for that. The Swift Life is a new way for fans to interact with the superstar singer and each other, as well as get new and exclusive pics and video and much more. Swift says it's coming in late 2017, so get ready for it. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Bruno Mars is the top nominee with 8 nods at the American Music Awards. The nominations were announced today for the fan-voted awards with an all-male lineup for the top prize of Artist of the Year. Mars will compete against the Chainsmokers, Drake, Kendrick Lamar, and Ed Sheeran. Keith Urban leads Country Artist with 3 nominations. The show will be broadcast live from the Microsoft Theater in LA on November 19th, right here on ABC 7. Bruce Springsteen's one-man show is smashing Broadway box office records and hasn't officially opened yet, earning more than $2 million just last week. At this rate, the Boss's 18-week run could easily rake in north of $40 million. If you're lucky enough to snag one of the 944 seats per show before it closes in February, expect to dive deep into those pockets. The average admission just shy of $500. Fashion company Coach announced it's changing its name to Tapestry. The change will take effect on Halloween, but the news have already scared some investors. Shares of Coach dropped by 2% after the announcement. Fans of Coach handbags and wallets needn't worry. The stores and accessories will retain their current branding. And could this be the car of the future? Automaker Renault seems to think so. The concept is nicknamed Float, and it won a recent design contest put on by the car company. The hovering vehicle is non-directional in movement and would attach to pods in different configurations so others can ride along. To hover, it uses maglev technology, which is currently being used in Tesla's Hyperloop train concept. Car designs had to emphasize electric power, autonomous driving, and connected tech. That may be the future way you get around. I don't know.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. Yeah, just
you'd have to rebuild all the roads, right? To do that kind
to
of
support that technology.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Not anytime soon.
No.
All right. Have a wonderful day ahead. We invite you back at 5 o'clock. Hope to see you then.